Hi everybody, Mr. Politics here, and welcome to another video. Starmer abandons plans to cancel local elections. Well, Starmer has finally seen sense and he's done something right for once. He's abandoned his plans to stop the local elections in May. Of course, we were not going to have many local elections, were we, in May, because of his excuse was the local government changes to local government. That's what his excuse was when he announced there wasn't going to be any local elections. Well, I'm afraid he's had to give in to the people's demands, and also this was bought by the Telegraph, the newspaper, the Telegraph. They campaigned to for people's voices to be heard in the local elections. But of course, Starmer, being stubborn, he thought he could cancel them this year and hold them next May. Well, he saw the opposition to it, and he began to realise that when he thought to himself, "I made a mistake here." He had to give in. Another spectacular U-turn for him, like the many other U-turns he's performed. He's like a performing seal, isn't he? He's like a performing seal, he's Starmer. One spectacular U-turn after another. It's like I've said, this has been all brought about by the newspaper, the Telegraph, and their campaign to get voters to have their say in May. And of course, Starmer, he, uh, he doesn't believe in democracy, does he? I mean, people make me laugh when they say democracy. Well, Britain is not. We in the UK are not a democracy anymore. We've become a dictatorship, and we've been a dictatorship ever since Starmer became prime minister. So there's no democracy anymore in the UK. It's been taken away from us. Now, Starmer, well, under pressure, has had to give in and is going to allow May's local elections to go ahead. I bet he's not very pleased about this. I bet he's not very pleased about this, the thought that the voters will be able to pass judgment on him. I think the real reason why he cancelled the local elections is because he's terrified of what's going to happen in May, in the local elections in May. He knows what's going to happen. He knows that Labour will be destroyed. They will be absolutely destroyed at the ballot box. He knows that there's not going to be many Labour councils running the local councils. This is a fight between the Reform UK and Greens, the Looney Greens. I'm going to take votes away from Labour, and of course, Starmer is terrified of the thought of that. It's his own making. He's he's not a prime minister. It's Starmer. He's got no experience of being prime minister or a politician. When Corbyn was forced out, Labour hadn't got anybody else to turn to. So in panic, they made Starmer their leader, and now we've got him as prime minister. Of course, he's pathetic and he's useless. He's got no idea of what he's doing. Like I've said, like with everybody saying, every political commentator is saying that He's running scared. That's the reason why he wouldn't have the local elections, because he's running scared, and he's running from the voters. That's why for them, he didn't want to hold them, and of course now he's been forced into holding the local elections. And like I've said, he's terrified of outcome of the result of the local elections. You know what's going to happen, and if the Labour Party do as bad as everybody's predicting, then I think that that'll be the end for Starmer. They'll start to mount campaign to get rid of him. As soon as the last result of the local elections is counted on the Friday morning, then that's when the plotters will start. They will then say, right, we're not gonna we've just took a terrible it's been a terrible night for us in the local elections, and they'll say to themselves, the likes of Rayner and Burnham and Streeting will probably get together over that weekend and say, right, time for Starmer to go. Because they know that if he's still there come the next election, then they'll be gone. Let's hope they are gone for the next election. Let's hope they are wiped out, taken, taken hammering like the Tories took at the last election. Starmer is not Prime Minister material, is he? He's not. He's not. He's not made out to be Prime Minister. He thinks he's still a lawyer. Why doesn't he just stick to the day job and go back when he's no longer Prime Minister? He can go back to being a lawyer again. That's the only kind of job he knows. But when it comes to politics, he has no clue. He's out of his depth, and he's he's an amateur. That goes for the rest of his front bench. He's, the likes of Reeves and Lammy and Cook, and they're not put out to be politicians, are they? Well, anyway, that's the end of this video. Mr. Politics here signing off. And remember, don't believe the lies.